Okay, we're ready. Okay. Hi everyone. My son Luke and daughter Wynn are here because they are in the middle of finals, so they are videotaping this for us today. And I'll introduce them at the end, even though you already know Luke. So this morning I had mentioned that what we're reading, and especially from the Teaching Passionately Theoretically, the generative, transmission, and transformative. I'm going to do 3,000 years of pedagogy, and it's not even going to be 30 minutes, it's going to be like 13 minutes, because otherwise I can't upload this to YouTube. And hopefully it'll provide kind of some overview, not only for the theories, but also for some things that are happening politically in education right now. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a timeline on the whiteboard, and basically all of these ideas and all these philosophies that that you're reading about and that we're learning about fall more or less within two main philosophies. One is called the classical theory of learning. And the other is called the official theory. So we're going to put this down here. And you saw this, I think in the chapter that you read, I'm pretty sure there is this timeline if you want it for your reference, but I wanted to really talk it through for you and give and add a bunch more that's actually not in the book. And so we're going to start like way 3,000 years ago, more or less, during the time of Socrates. We call it the sages of the ages. And during this time, when you think about, okay, who received education? It was a very small percentage of people. It was basically only boys and only men. And the way that people learned was basically through apprenticeship. So it was very much one-on-one. It was very much based on critical inquiry. So critical inquiry, I'm going to talk loud so you can hear me. Very much based on mentorship, very much based on open-ended reflection. And open-ended. And we get the word pedagogy, literally comes from, so in Latin, the word, well, it's similar to the word pie, which is like foot. We get the word pedagogy because during this time period, basically you walked and talked and learned. And it was all about conversation, it was about inquiry, it was very much about whole to parts. So you studied things holistically. So when we look and we think about the classical theory of learning, we're going to think whole to parts. Whole to parts. And that's really the way things were for thousands, for a couple thousand years at least, and probably a long time before that. And then something happens that dramatically changes the face of education. And that happens in Europe in the late 1800s, the Industrial Revolution. So I'm going to go ahead and put this, it's around the 1880s more or less, and what happens here is the Industrial Revolution. And what people discover in the factories are that it's much more productive in a factory, instead of one person building the whole train or the whole mill or gin, for many people to do very small, minute tasks. And so whereas before, whereas in the classical theory of learning it's very much holistic, very much whole to parts, with the Industrial Revolution and the discovery that it's highly effective and highly productive in steel mills to break things down into small pieces, and for one person to put that same screw or whatever it is 1,000,000 times a day into what will eventually become a train rather than build a whole train. So those ideas, so we're going to focus on those ideas. It's on parts to whole. So whereas, like for example in the trains, you take the small parts and you build to the whole. This is parts to whole.